feel like I've known about it, and it's just like I felt like we've just been getting lied to for a long time about it. And now that I saw that, it kind of just, confirmed it for me. At least to myself, it did.
Wow.
Okay, that was the 5 witnesses.
Wow. So, just to recap, we have approximately 6 minutes of video. 6 minutes of video shot, and there was a massive response. 2 flares at least shot to illuminate the object, while a convoy of 50 to 70 vehicles, trucks, loaded with, I assume, tools for observation and reconnaissance, as well as jets and helicopters being deployed. So this is a massive response, massive. And from what it sounds like, the witnesses are very clear and adamant, and they want to make sure that we know that it's not flares and that the base, it provoked a base response. This was not something that was planned.
Right. And we do have one last video, which is the response video. So I can bring that up.
Oh, that's right.
Helicopters right now. They're sending so many fucking helicopters right now.
Ooh, they're chasing something.
They're flying.
Holy fuck.
They're going fast as hell too.
I get beamed up.
They're in like a formation. They're sending so many fucking helicopters right now.
So we just can't see them.
Yeah, it's just the audio.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
They just, I think you might have been able to see a couple of the flashing of the running lights from the helicopters.
Yeah, at the end there. But so they were documenting the response by the helicopters. So that, okay, all right. So that, I mean, that, can you bring that picture up right there?
This one here?
Yep. So again, guys, that is what it looks like, what the craft. So you could see its position in this photo is different than the orientation from the video. The video that was taken is from a slightly different angle, and it's very peculiar. So a lot of people saw this thing, and I would love to see what you got on the rest of your slides.
Sure. And you're talking about the orientation. I got something specific for that here. Let's see. I'll find it. Okay, yeah, this one right here. So this is, there are 2 videos of the, as you can see, there's the 2 flares at the top and the craft, or the 5 light formation on the bottom. And we even though we don't have the metadata, so we don't know what times these were taken, you can roughly say that this was about the same time, because the flares were about the same distance from the 5 light formation. So if that's the case, you can see there's a difference in orientation of the lights. Like here, I'll bring it up maybe a little closer there. So
right. Yeah.
So these are 2 different locations. I think something like 200 or 300 yards away from each other.
But taken almost at the same exact time.
Yes, because we can tell that because of the 2 flares that were launched at that same time. So to me, this proves that this object was pretty close up, because if it was really like miles away in the distance, changing it, 100 or 200 yards to the left or the right would not change the configuration of the lights like this. So this thing was close. Right. This thing was close.
Yeah. What really throws me is in that picture on the right, it almost looks like it's, I guess I can't tell from orientation, but I was going to say, it looks like it's like you said earlier, like it's turning or responding to the flares and the response. Like it went from this to almost like move out of the way, get out of, to move. Okay, the gig's up, let's go, and it turned and then took off.
I would say I would push back on the fact that it was turning. I don't think it was turning. I think let's just assume that both of these photos were taken at the exact same second, right?
Okay.
We'll just assume that. If that's the case, the change in configuration or angle means that the different perspectives cause that shift in what it looks like, not the actual object moving, just the perspective changed so that it caused this change in angle.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, no, it does. It does. And it definitely has a peculiar, it might not be exactly a V, but it definitely has that shape, like similar to the Phoenix Lights.
Yes, it does. A V-shaped formation. And this is an enhanced version, some filters applied to one of the photos. You can kind of see the outline on this one with some filters applied.
What do you see the other one? So look all the way to the left of the picture.
Like this right here?
Yeah.
I think that's from the power line. I think there's a power line coming. Let me get the original.
Oh, maybe I was just, because I was like, it's a similar purple.
Yeah, I do have the original here. So this is the original. So I think that was the power line.
How?
Let me see. Like this right here. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah. How is that the power line?
Well, you know how they have lines that go down to anchor the pole so it doesn't fall over? That's one of this is probably a cable going down like this.
Okay. I'm a little colorblind, so maybe I can't see as much detail as you. I can't see the cable.
It's okay. Yeah, I think that is a cable. I think there was only just that. There was some flashing though. So let's maybe talk about the flashing that was also observed. Let's see. I slowed it down. Yeah, here we go. So in this video, you should be able to see a flash to the left, upper left of the 5-light formation.
I knew aliens were real.
Right there.
Oh, ooh. Ooh. What was that?
Yeah, and he even comments if you listen. And it's still flashing.
There's more lights around it.
Yeah, he says
There's more lights around it. So again, this brings me back to that notion of, remember, this is just 2011 iPhones. What we see with our eyes is much clearer.
Right.
So they're probably seeing something, again, just like I said, that has literally caught them off guard.
Yeah, and there's also in this video, there's flashing. I slowed it down.
What is that?
See that flash?
I didn't.
We'll do it again. To the left of the flares. The two bright flares, look to the left of it.
Oh.
Right, there it was. I'll bring it back. Right there.
Oh, yep. I saw it. Huh.
Oh, I missed it. But yeah, there's flashing in these videos. So that's another unidentified thing.
That is another thing about, I hate to keep bringing this up, but about the Phoenix Lights incident. People say there was the main V formation, but there was other smaller probes that basically came, they assumed came out of the craft and were exploring the area. Right? Obviously, that making that the quote unquote mothership.
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole host of possibilities of what those flashes. Yeah, they could be a smaller probe that they're launching out. It also, it could be some sort of energy weapon. We don't even know. Maybe it was an energy weapon. It could have been. Those are the two things that come to my mind. What would cause
Do
a
you
flash
you
like
think
that?
you think that the military was firing direct energy weapons potentially?
It's possible.
Wow. Wow. That's
If you think about it, I mean, I assume I'm of the belief that we reverse engineered a lot of this technology already. And if that's the case, I think we have directed energy weapons as well. So if this was an ET craft or a non NHI craft, you might think that they might try to shoot it down with energy weapons.
Oh God. See, and that's who gives them the fucking right? Who gives them the right to enter us into what might be an interplanetary war with a species that's shown so much more restraint than we have ever even dreamt of? Because if we are firing on these things regularly, kinetically, and they're showing tremendous restraint.
Yeah, we're lucky we're not a cinder.
We're lucky we're able to have this conversation, because if they wanted to, it sounds like at this point, they could literally end us within minutes. All they really have to do is direct an asteroid from the belt, send it our way.
Oh yeah, there's probably 100 different ways they could totally wipe us off the planet
and do it cleanly.
Yeah.
All
right, so I think we've gone through most of the basic data. I'll kind of add some more context to this too. So
let's do that. Let's do that, and then we'll wrap up for tonight.
Okay. So this is the location, Camp Wilson on the left, and it's in Southern California. One of the big debunks coming from like Mick West and other people is that there's this training village about 17 miles away from Camp Wilson, that there are some FOIA photos being associated with this location, but that's really far away. That's, quite a jaunt away. Videos, went over that. Pictures, some more pictures. There's also a night vision photo. Maybe there's video associated with that. More pictures. This is actually two photos that are transposed upon each other.
Okay, wait, because I was going to say, wait, that's double decker all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, I actually sent, those are the two that I sent you, that someone tried to transpose them over each other. Actually, okay. I should have changed this slide now that I have the originals.
Basically, what it's showing is that it is changed. Wait, it's 19 seconds apart.
Yeah, well, this is actually kind of deceptive in the sense, because we had two photos and the guy walked quite a distance between the two photos. So what we might be seeing is a perspective change rather than it actually changing in orientation.
Okay.
The guy's out there. This is in daylight.
So can you go back to what it would look like in the daylight?
Yes. Let's see if I know how to go back. Yeah, here we go.
So this is that same area, but in the daytime.
Yep.
So as you can see, guys, it's a very, very secluded area. So I'm wondering, so this is, again, our last guest on the show was Robert Salas of the Maelstrom Air Force Base incident, that everybody knows, where a UFO shut off 10 nuclear missiles. So this is something